Hello friends, welcome. So in today's video, I wanted to share with you really quick these molds, how they came out. In my last video, I showed me making the molds here with the air dry clay, and now I just wanted to show you how I paint these in. So I have this gouache here, and yeah, I just pretty much go in and painting. I'll show you everything that I'll be using here as well and kind of take you step by step. So I was just using these gessos. So I have one in white and I also have one in black. And I decided to use the black on the specific project. So I go ahead and pretty much cover the whole entire uh, mold, the clay here with the black gesso. And yeah, this is pretty basic and simple. As you can see here, I'm just going and rubbing it all over. And you can either choose this, you can put a little water to water it down as well. Later on, I show you a couple different tricks that I do. This one I specifically wanted like to be that dark black underneath and pretty thick. So this gesso is very thick. And this clay that I used, it was the Crayola air dry clay. And I'll have everything linked in the description box if anyone's interested. Also, you may want to check out my other video on how I made these clays if you haven't already seen that one. I'll also have that linked below. Yeah, so now I'm just using this dilution spray and just sprayed it everywhere, making a huge mess as you can see. And before I clean this up, I kind of want to soak it into this black piece of cardstock that I had. I figured I can just use it to make some tags later on. I really like that spray and that shimmery color, right, of the gold. So yeah, I just didn't want to waste it before cleaning up. So I just put the remainder here, and we'll probably be making some tags with that. And so now I'm just going in with the remainder of that black that was on the glass there and just filling in those spots that I may have missed. All the little white cracks and spaces that you can see there. On the little crevices there. So I'm just filling all of that in. And I also had this book cover that you also seen in the previous video. And there was some cracking in here, so I had to apply some water to the back and then let it reseal again. So that is still in the works there. I just wanted to update you on that. And now I'm just going and taking this heating tool and going ahead and making sure that whole thing is dry before I go on to the next step and apply the next colors to here. So it's nice and dry. Now I'm just going to apply this vintage antique paste over top and to fill in the rest of the empty spaces and to just give some extra details and colors around it. So I'm just mixing that there. You can either apply it with a brush or your fingers. I start off with the brush and then I end up rubbing it in with my fingers to get all in those little cracks and areas. And so these specific molds were pretty thick that I used the air dry clay. And there's many different other clays that you can also try out on these. And I have been playing around with a bunch of different kinds, and I'll probably be showing you a video on that soon, like all the different clays in comparison and the molds. So yeah, if you want to see that video, stay tuned for that because I will be posting that hopefully soon. I'm trying to catch up with all the videos, but yeah, it's a lot, and I have so many ideas and plans, and yeah, it's just sometimes overwhelming with everything that I plan to do. So I really need to work on getting all those things done. And so I'm just taking a baby wipe now and wiping it off the excess residue, remaining whatever is on top of the surface there. And you want to be very gentle with this because these could break. And this specific clay is very prone to cracking and breaking easily. And as I was saying, this specific clay also is very thick, and there's other ones that you can get that are a lot thinner, depending on how you want to use uh, the mold in a project, right? Will depend on what kind of clay you kind of want to use, right? There's those like really stretchy clays that are kind of like bendable, and then there's these that are not bendable. This is not bendable at all. This is just gonna go flat on the surface of like a book cover or any embellishment, however you plan on using it. At the end of this video, I'll kind of show you a couple of ideas of how you can use it in maybe some of your projects or your journals and what have you. And so stick around to the end for that if you're interested. Also, I was coloring this in with this like a red, like a ruby gem, right? Because in one of the photos of the elf, she has like that red gem. And it kind of reminded me of that piece that she has like the crown over her head with the red gem. So I just was going with that and going with the colors from this collection, which is the Magic Forest collection by Stamperia. So, like I said, all that info was mentioned in the last video. You may want to check that one out. It'll be linked below, and everything that I'm using here for the most part will be in the description box if anyone's interested. And so yeah, I was just going with that color scheme, but you can pretty much, decorate this however you like, choose different colors or whatnot, and it will look really, really nice. Like I was even thinking of doing like maybe a turquoise. I think the turquoise will look beautiful. I'll probably end up doing another one in turquoise and gold. I think that would look really, really nice. And then, yeah, so I'm just using this gilding wax as well. Now I'm gonna go ahead and use that all around the edges. And yeah, I think it gives it a really, really nice pop. There's just two different kinds of like gold. So this one is a little more brassy looking, as you can see here when I apply it on. And yeah, so you can, color those gems in all kinds of different colors. It could be multiple different colors. There's so many things that you can do with this, and it's just so fun. Just do whatever whatever comes to mind, and whatever colors you would like or that will match what you're going to be using it for, right? Yeah, and so I hope you guys are enjoying this process. And if you want to see more videos like this of me just like painting these type of things in, or more mixed media content, comment below and let me know if that's of interest to you. And yeah, also, if you're here right now, please don't forget to like the video and subscribe. I really appreciate it so much. Thank you all for your positive feedback and comments. Lately, they have been so kind and so nice, and I really appreciate everyone's uplifting comments. Thank you so much. And so now I'm going to be using the glossy accents to go ahead and make those gems pretty much very shiny and stand out, right? Look more realistic. And I just love this stuff. I use it on everything. It just makes everything so much more realistic and really pretty, and just gives it that nice shine and extra dimension, right, to your projects. So really, really nice. I love that. And so yeah, I really like the way this was coming out so far. I'm really excited to use these on my journal. I'm still working on the cover, so you won't be seeing it here, but very soon I will be showing that soon. So now I have these other pieces from the collection as well, and I'm just gonna go ahead and this is actually a black paint, so the gouache that I had there from that palette, and I'm just putting like some water to water it down a little bit, not much, but the more water you add, the more runny it would be. And you'll see here on the next one, I'm going to add a little more water to make it a little lighter and let it run through the cracks and crevices a lot easier. And yeah, so this process is very relaxing, and I just had a lot of fun playing around with these molds, and these are just so much fun. There's so many different kinds you can get, and they just add like that extra element to anything you're decorating pretty much. I mean, you can use these on your journals, you can use these as embellishments inside or outside of your journal, right? um on clusters, belly bands, ribbon, all kinds of stuff. And I'll show you some of those things, like I said, at the end of the video. But yeah, I mean, I've seen these like just look so beautiful on so many different projects. Like on those shadow boxes, they look really, really great. Just gives that extra dimension. And what I also like about it is that you can alter these and color them to whatever you like, right? And you can make as many as you like and just play around with them, play around with the colors, and just see what works for you. And don't be intimidated by it. It really is simple and easy. I'm telling you, it's so fun. Once you get started with this, you're gonna love it. And so, yeah, as you can see here now, I'm just applying the remainder there that I had. And I added some more water, as you can see, just mixing that in on the glass plate there, as you can see. And I'll also have that linked below. Again, anything you see here, if I can, I will have it linked below in the description box. So here I'm just taking that same red that I used on the other piece, the other gems, and filling that in here as well. And there's really no specific order. I mean, I did put the black all on the other ones and then filled them in, but I was thinking I should have done the same thing here for this one. I end up going over it anyways a couple times, but it's nice to put the extra layers underneath and over. And so that's just what I was doing there, as you can see. I just love the way that turned out. And yeah, it's just going through everything. And so I've really been having fun with this Magic Forest collection, and I'm still working on the cover of the journal. And yeah, I've just been having a lot of fun with it, and been working on so many different things. So you see that little piece there, it kind of broke off. It was hanging off before, and I kind of glued it on. I put a little bit of water and tried to put it back on. I didn't actually put glue, but yeah, it fell off again. And so, yeah, that's no biggie. Sometimes that happens, especially like I said with this specific clay. It's very prone to breaking. You have to be very delicate with it. But there's all kinds of other choices in clays that you can use as well. And so I was just playing around with multiples of them, just testing them out and seeing which one I like the best. This one's very thick, like I said before, it's very, very thick and heavy. And yeah, I like that as well. It just really depends on what you're planning on using it for in your project. The type of mold, like I said, the type of clay that you choose. And so you see how that just really pops with that gilding wax? It's like it's no effort. It's so effortless. You can just apply that, rub it on with your finger. This washes off pretty easily with soap. But yeah, as you can see, I'm making a huge mess here. So yeah, lots of fun making all this mess with this stuff. So yeah, I like this antique tint here, so I'm just gonna go ahead and rub that over it again and try and get it in all those little crevices. And yeah, just add as many layers and colors and textures as you like to add on here, and just rubbing that in, as you can see how that looks. Again, you want to be very, very delicate with this specific mold. It is very prone to chipping. and cracking and what have you. So when rubbing this on, you want to be very delicate. And yeah, it looks like I'm not that delicate here, but I was trying to be, especially when you're rubbing it off as well. Yeah. And so now I'm gonna go ahead and color in the center here. And I'm using this really tiny little brush here, as you can see. You want to make sure it's really pointy because there's such a little area here. You want to make it very precise and get in there. And so I'm coloring that in with the green. And I'm gonna also end up putting some glassy accents on this as well. And yeah, that's the way it looks. I love that color. I think it goes really good with the collection, everything. Um, yeah, it's turning out so nice. And now I'm just going and drying that with the air dryer. You don't want to put that too close because it could make the paste or paint bubble. So yeah, especially if it's really strong. And that one specifically, that heat gun is very, very hot. It gets hot quick. And so now I'm just going and adding that gilding wax again all over. I really love the way these turned out. I think these are gonna look great. Um, yeah, I can't wait to apply this and use this in my projects. And so now I'm just doing the same thing with the other one there, adding the same color over it. That green looks very lovely with the gold on there as well. This collection has just been so inspiring and so much fun to work with. Um, yeah, let me know in the comments below if you'd like to see more videos like this, like mixed media content and what have you. But I've been having so much fun playing with these paints and all kinds of stuff. I've been painting as well with the kids, and they've really been enjoying it as well. Like I said, they were playing with this clay before, and they made like a bunch of different little animal figures and whatnot and painted them in. And yeah, it was just a lot of fun. And so here they are. They are coming along pretty nicely, as you can see here. I'm gonna go ahead and add some more gilding wax to these. As you can see, I just painted them in the same way I did the other ones, some black paint, and now just going over those again with these extra layers. And it's okay if you go over there. You can see also this specific clay kind of had a little dent in the center, and it wasn't as oval and what have you, but you won't really be able to tell that once I add the glossy accents on it. So yeah, you won't be able to see really that disformity or like the dent inside there as you see. So yeah, I didn't think that was a really big deal. Those type of things you can always just cover up. And yeah, so these are how they all turned out. I think they look really, really great. I had so much fun with these. Like I said, I'm just going to go ahead and add this glossy accents to the center here where it appears as a little jewel in the centers. And that's how they look once they're all dry. You can see here. Really lovely. And then we have this one. They're all dried now. You can see there. And then there's these. And yeah, so now I'm going to go ahead and take a few items out that I had here on my desk that I was actually working on to kind of show you little examples of like how I would use these. So I got this little cluster in some Happy Mail recently. Thank you so much to the person who sent me that. You know who you are. But yeah, it's a really lovely cluster with some fabric. And so you can put those on a cluster like that on the top. Um, or you can even add it to a journal, as such. And I had this journal on the side as well because I had a couple inquiries, and this has been on my to-do list to have it listed in my shop, and I just haven't got around to it. So yeah, I'm gonna definitely be working on that tonight. Hopefully get it in the shop by this weekend. But yeah, I just had so many projects going and so many different things, and I've just been so behind. But yeah, I would put them on the side like this too. I mean, these look a little bulky for this specific size, but yeah, whatever works. I'm just trying to give you examples of how I would put these on, and just different examples of, how you can use um, these on your covers of your journals, or even on the inside as a cluster or what have you. It just looks really good like that. And so I have here my journal that I've actually been working on for like a year now, and it's full. And that's what leads me now to creating a whole new journal for myself, because this one is very full, and it's, yeah, just so heavy. But I just am showing you like other ways you can apply it to your journals as such. Like I said, different little accents on here. And then also, for those books that have like the ribbon over it and then kind of tied on the side, you can even attach something like that onto the ribbon itself, or even on the side of the spine of the ribbon, right on the other side. Um, so yeah, just some ideas. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you soon in another video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.